moving on. Ashley's favorite quarterback has won the QB1 job for another team. How does it feel?
Flacco Hive, Flacco Hive.
How does it feel, Ashley, to lose your
Exactly.
how does it feel to lose your QB1, Daniel Jones, for those of y'all that might be confused? How does it feel to lose your QB1 and have him be QB1 in Indy?
I sleep dreaming of sunshine and rainbows. It's not my issue anymore. The Giants are undefeated in preseason right now. Dart looks great. The moon ball by Russell, I'm loving it. It seems like there's so much camaraderie. And guess what the best part is? I wake up and Daniel Jones isn't listed on the roster. Like,
Giants
yes,
Nation. That's
I do
right.
feel like though the Colts, stupid. Your quarterback is young. I saw a tweet, and he's younger than a lot. He's younger than Shador, like just for perspective. Anthony Richardson. So giving up on him that quickly, and then the head coach doubling down in the media and saying Daniel Jones is the starter for the season. I don't want a short leash. What does that do for the confidence of Anthony Richardson? I don't want him to fall into the background of, oh, his ceiling is a second string quarterback in this league. No, y'all drafted him knowing that he would need development. He played what? A handful of games in college. It wasn't a full season. And
Right.
that was one of the main points when he was drafted. He can be, he had Cam Newton comparisons. However, he would need the work. Y'all gave up that fast on putting in the work. And you're crowning Daniel Jones? Same mistake the Giants made, paying Daniel Jones and not paying Saquon. But go ahead. It's not my problem anymore. Go ahead.
So, how much of his poor play between the last two seasons do you think played a role in the Colts maybe feeling like we've seen it? Like we gave him, the reins. Like he didn't have a short leash, but I mean he in essence fumbled it. And that's not to argue the youth point because I do agree. But he did have a pretty tumultuous season last year. Like it
Mhm,
was really bad. So
mhm.
I get them feeling like we've seen this. Could they take a chance? Yes. But if you have a veteran in that's in the QB room, I'm not necessarily surprised the decision was made. What I want for Anthony Richardson to still have an opportunity to grow and have that vet like backing him up and teaching him. Yes, especially when you consider this particular vet wasn't playing great either. So it's not like you getting a guaranteed step up, but I could understand the organization feeling like maybe this is a new start for one QB who maybe just needs new scenery versus a QB who we've had here, and it just didn't seem like it was panning out with him as QB1. Tough nonetheless. Whether I agree with it or not, don't really matter, but I do get it.
It just feels like maybe Anthony needs to be in a new situation too. Maybe with a coach that's a quarterback whisperer. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. He just somebody that like Dayball did for Josh Allen or like Cliff Kingsbury when he was in Texas Tech with Patrick Mahomes. Maybe that's what they need or Anthony needs.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, Gail, no comment. Interesting, but I get it. It's pretty self-explanatory for you. I would understand.
It. I just don't understand like being like, oh yeah, let's bench someone bad for someone that's bad. Don't. Why would I commit? Like, yeah, we're gonna see who's playing better. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
That's
I'm not like, yeah, for the season. That I didn't know that for the
yeah,
season. He's
that's
like, yeah,
crazy. That is
I don't know.
crazy. I will say that.
Like, okay, back that horse.
Another QB1 was decided. Cleveland has decided to name Flacco
Birds up.
starter for week one. This could
Woo,
very well
woo.
change. But I'm really not surprised by this. Flacco is all reliable, so I get it. I do think that at some point throughout the season, Shador will get his chance one way or another. I think he's proved that. I think he's played well enough to show that he deserves the shot. But I'm not surprised at this call, ahead of, week one. I think I would have assumed that Flacco was more than likely gonna start out, as QB1. But we'll see. It's a long season. And I don't know. He may get his shot. I think he'll get his shot at some point, regardless. So
Week 4.
that early?
You think who's getting their
How?
shot week
I don't
4?
want to say how. I don't want to say how.
Who?
Shador is getting his shot week 4.
I don't think so.
That's
I
early.
don't. I think
I know
the
it's early, but it's
and it's
because
not because of his skill set. I just think the
it won't.
organization is setting him up to fail.
Do you
Like,
think that Dylan? Do you think that if okay, so here we go. Do you think that if someone were to get injured by week 4, you think they'll give Dylan Gabriel the shot first?
absolutely,
Oh, that's hurtful.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Based on the depth chart that they've been putting out the last 2 weeks, along with the fact that you've got ownership admitting I wasn't gonna draft him. Like it was basically a suggestion from someone else in front office to draft him. He sounds unwanted in Cleveland to me.
Yeah, I hope that's not it, because that'd be a big fumble.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. I
It's
don't understand.
it's gonna be a fumble. And the way he's carried himself through like everything post draft is just like, how are you
Mhm.
still sitting here thinking that this is a character thing? Like how is this still what you are trying to hang over this man's head? Yes, Gail. And I do think unfortunately
What?
it still
Oh,
has a
sorry.
lot to do with Prime as well. And I just don't I get that that's how the world is, and I'm not saying I'm lost on like how people think and the perspective that certain communities have, but like, come on, the man has shown up and proven like he's debunked every stereotype and myth y'all tried to say was the reason y'all wasn't gonna draft him. Like it's been a class act, so robbing
Mhm.
him of a chance, like it'd be one thing if you give him a chance and it just don't pan out, or it's not the best fit for your organization. That's one thing, but to rob him of the chance and sabotage him, actually, like you said, I hope like he gets his shot, like his true shot somewhere else. He should be in the same position that Cam Ward is in.
Yeah, I
Make him not
agree.
say otherwise. He should be in
I
the same
Shador
position.
Malik Neighbors.
what
I'm,
was the
I'm saying like quarterback specifically, but I'm just saying like he should have a shot at having the reins essentially. He's earned that and he's doubled down on that with everything post draft too. But sure we'll be talking about it much more, especially depending on how the season goes for sure. Because if you go through all these quarterbacks and ain't nobody winning no games, then what you gonna do?
exactly?
And I don't know how
Same.
hard their schedule is, but whatever. Last but not least, in NFL news, we have some huge defensive specialists that could potentially be on the moves. I think one more notable than the other, and Micah Parsons. I think the split, however it will look from Dallas, is going to be uglier than the other situation, which is Hendrickson and Cincinnati. But this is always a weird time for me. Like, is Parsons going to get traded before the season starts? I don't know how this works in the NFL as much as it kind of, I'm more aware of how it works in the NBA. But yeah, like, actually, what do you make of? I'm gonna call you our resident NFL analyst over Miguel. I hope you don't take no offense to that. But no, but what are your thoughts on both situations, but kind of how these things work as it relates to being so close to the start of the season?
Yeah, both teams are similar in terms of being cheap, cheaply run, that whole thing. Um, Trey Hendrickson, that one, I just feel like Cincinnati and both the Cowboys are calling bluff for both players. But I think Micah Parsons is the more serious of the two. When you say, like, he had a conversation with Jerry Jones, just him and Jerry Jones, basically, and they came to an agreement. So Jerry doesn't want to pay Micah because Micah has now brought his agent into it. And Jerry is like, wait, we came to an agreement. I'm not doing this. And it's like that's grimy because I'm not calling Micah incompetent, but there are things that his agent knows, which is why he was hired, that Micah probably isn't privy to. So why would he agree to something verbally and then sign on it after going back to his agent like, "Hey, XYZ." It's silly. So
Do we
then,
believe the word of Jerry Jones?
huh?
Do we believe the word of Jerry Jones?
Does anybody?
The man that said I wasn't at that protest. I wasn't there.
He did say
I
that.
wasn't there.
He did say that.
Do we believe that man?
He did say that.
I don't think anybody does.
I'm getting on it. I'm getting on it. I'm not the resident NFL expert, but I'm a historian. And I know slave owners don't want to pay. I said it. You can cut it, you can edit it, you can take it out. But that man, Jerry Jones, runs a tight ship.
Okay.
There's a track record. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. I think this is just the most serious situation out of all of them, though.
We're talking about a league where the Houston Texans owner was like, you cannot let the slaves run, or you cannot let the prisoners run the prison. Sorry, he said it in modern day terms. But this is the band of boys that own that. And we're talking about if we're going to pay Micah Parsons. Are we really for real? We're arguing pennies and nickels and dimes. Millions, yes. But to the owner,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm always going to start Jerry Jones. I'm stomping on that thing.
He's obviously a penny pincher, though. He's the team's owner, the GM. He does all the negotiations, and that's why they
won that cheerleading. Oh my God. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Ladies, I know you know.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Bad. It's bad. If the cheerleaders are trying to dye everything and lose everything so they can fit a model, no. That's not it. That's not it.
And then as for Cincinnati, that's why they drafted Shamar Stewart. I mean, they're willing to call Trey's bluff. So
sorry, I took it to a point.
You're good.
It's not everyone out.
When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right, man.
There's gonna be some people in there like, hey, why we gotta bring it there? But you know what? Everything's there. We're all there. We're here. We're in this world together. It all plays a part. You're gonna tell me that nothing that you see me as me? BS.
Look, in Little T's America, a lot is happening. A lot is going on. But
we're here.
Really the main reason I brought both those names up is because they both been on the Packers radar. So I mean, if they
I heard y'all actually made a call about Micah though.
It got Romeo Dobbs for Micah Parsons straight up. I know that the team's looking for a wide receiver. Hey.
That's insane. I think Dallas is gonna want to pick. I do think Hendrickson might end up being the cheaper player to get. It would cost us less, but I'd be willing, like, if we were able to get Micah long term with the window.
Let's give a pick. Well, why not?
I mean, we definitely have a pick to give up, and I think between a few defensive players, I really don't want to give up Rashawn Gary, but I think if somebody's willing to take Van Ness, great, let's do it.
Oh, they would love Van Ness down in Dallas.
Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But yeah,
you're so funny, bro. Like,
oh, he's crazy.
Van Ness is good. I like Van Ness a lot, to be honest.
Van Ness would be tough to like see go in Green Bay, but I mean, if it meant getting Micah, like obviously, like I'd be for it. But we'll see. Packers don't usually pull, the trigger on big moves like that, though. So I highly doubt it happens. I'll believe it when I see it.